Welcome to the Quantum Revenue Expansion Podcast. My name is Ursula, and I'm a sales expert, strategic business coach, and USA Today bestselling author. I love sharing strategies that show you exactly how to turn your annual revenue into your monthly revenue. If you're looking to take a quantum leap in your revenue or sales, your team, your productivity, your success, and your life, then you are meant to be here. My goal in every episode is to help you take your belief that it's possible to 2x or 10x your revenue while working way less to knowing that it is happening right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to Quantum Revenue Expansion, where we talk about turning your annual income into your monthly income. Super excited to have you here again, and I am really excited about today's episode because we're going to dig into my top 5 manifestation hacks to make 2024 your best year yet. Yes, we're going to talk all things manifestation in your business because this is what we talk about with our CEO clients. And these are the things that can make a big difference in your year and in what you want to create. So I'll be looking at my notes. I got lots of notes for you today that I want to make sure we cover. Also, I created a free guide for you, the multi-6 and 7-figure scaling roadmap, 7 simple steps to break through now. If you're like trying to break through 6 figures or trying to break through 7 figures, wherever you are in that journey, I guarantee you that this roadmap will really help you. It's a PDF and it's designed to help you like 3x your monthly income if that's what you want to do. Obliterate those limiting beliefs that might be stopping you, and only work with ideal clients. And I share how I took a quantum leap from $8,000 a month to $20,000 per month once I broke through my limiting beliefs. Like I literally had to go to NLP school. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. I had to go to NLP school and get certified as an NLP coach to break through my limiting beliefs because I knew there was something, like I just knew that something was off for me, but I couldn't put my finger on it because I'm like, I'm doing all the things that all these other coaches are doing, but somehow my business isn't growing. And I couldn't figure it out. And it was driving me crazy because I had grown multi-million-dollar lines of revenue for somebody else. Keywords, somebody else. But for me, I was totally stuck. So if you can relate to this, you've done it for someone else or you're doing all the things you've taken the classes, you've created your own courses, or you created your own services, whatever it is. We work with every business you can imagine, but yet you're still stuck. That's because you either have some limiting beliefs or some core beliefs that are keeping you stuck. So download this for yourself, give yourself this gift. And when you do, you will be so happy because there's other gifts that are attached to it. So you can check in the show notes. It's our free guide called Multi-6 and 7-Figure Scaling Roadmap, 7 Simple Steps to Break Through Now. I guarantee you're going to be blown away by the gift that's at the end of it. So it's like a little trail. You have to follow the trail all the way through to see the other amazing gifts that are there. So we're committed. I'm committed. My team, we're committed to helping as many business owners as possible this year and forever. We just want to help as many people as possible break through so that you can make the kind of money that you know you're destined for while living a great life and making the impact that you want to make. Like for us, that's what it's about. When I see our clients breaking through their revenue levels, it impacts every area of their life. It impacts their children's lives. It impacts their spouses' lives. It impacts their community because they're giving back. Like everybody benefits when you break through to that next level. What's frustrating is when those core beliefs or those limiting beliefs are keeping you stuck. And you're going to hear me talk about this all year. In fact, it's in the podcast today. We're going to talk about limiting beliefs because it is the thing that keeps you stuck at a certain income level. It's like a thermostat, right? It keeps you stuck. So we're going to talk about that today. I just want to show you, I can't remember if I've shown you, like if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see, you have to go to YouTube to see this, but I'm holding this. It looks big when I'm holding it up here, but it's a tiny, put it by my head. I have a big head, but okay, you get the idea. It's a tiny French press. Okay, I'm going to put it next to my little tiny teacup. Oh my gosh, on video, everything looks different. Anyway, this is my favorite thing. My husband got this, Tim got this for me in 2023. We were out shopping and I was like, oh my gosh, look how cute that is. I have to have that. And so here's true confession. I don't love spending money, which is a real problem because we're going to talk about that this year too. I can spend money in my business like it's no big deal. Like if the business needs to buy something, no problem. When I go to buy something for myself, it's like, ugh. And it's something I've had to really work on, which has nothing to do, well, kind of has probably has a lot to do with what we're talking about today. So much so that like one of my best girlfriends bought me a new curling iron for Christmas. Does my hair look nice today? So because she knows I won't buy it for myself. And I don't know what that is because I drive a great car. I live in a beautiful, I spend on really big things. But when it comes to like buying a little thing for myself, it's the weirdest thing. I have to like tie it to something or feel like I earned it. Total limiting beliefs. Like that's a limiting belief, a core belief. Believe me, I'm unpacking all of that for myself. But I share it with you because first of all, I just wanted to share this cute little French press. And second, the things that we talk about on this show infiltrate every area of your life and my life, right? Because if we have a limiting belief in business, I guarantee you it's showing up somehow in our personal lives, right? Like there's no separation. It's here and it's here. And so it's why today I wanted to talk about my 5 manifestation hacks. And I call them hacks because it really is like a shortcut to go from where you are to where you want to be. And these are things that I do regularly. These are things that I share with my clients. I think you'll benefit from those as well. So get out a pen, get out a piece of paper. Definitely take some notes today. And I'm looking at, I do take notes. Like some people are like, do you do this no, I have to take notes because I want to make sure I don't miss certain things. So my first manifestation hack, and let me preface this with saying that some of these things I'm going to talk about, you're going to be like, okay, Ursula, totally have heard that before. Like that's not new. No, these are not things that are probably new. I invite you to hear them though, like you've never heard them before. I invite you to hear them like this is the first time you've ever heard it. Because when you do that, you'll hear it differently. And I also invite you to listen with an ear of like, what's my next 6-figure idea? Or what's my next 7-figure idea? Because that's what's coming through. That's why you're here. We're talking about quantum revenue, right? And that's why you're here, because you want to grow your revenue, you want to grow your money, you want to grow all the things. But sometimes there's these hacks, like these shortcuts that will help you get there faster. And again, you've heard this before, hear it in a new way. The first one is to clarify your one great goal. Clarify your one great goal. Now, my team is awesome. So Trisha's awesome, Cassandra's awesome. My team is going to put the One Great Goal book link in there. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. In fact, maybe we can, Trisha, let's put a free book link in there. Okay. You can download the One Great Goal book for free. We'll put a page up for that. I got to make a note of that because I do this and then I forget. So you can get the book, and then there's also an audio that goes with it. We just shared this with our list. So you can download the One Great Goal book and the audio. If you don't like to read, which I know some of you don't, and that's totally fine. You can just go to the audio and do the thing. People tell me this all the time. They're like, Ursula, I don't read like you do. Okay, I get that. Not a big deal. Just do the audio. It's going to take you through the process. Some of you love to read and you want to hear the backstory and you want to hear all the things that go with it. So you get the book too. You get the digital version of the book. Okay. Knowing your one great goal is one of the best hacks you can do. Like if you just did that process, it would probably help you a lot. And I'm sure I've done the process on the podcast. I've done hundreds of shows now. I'm sure it's somewhere back there, but you don't have to do that. Just we're making it easy for you today. The reason is this. You can't just have things kind of floating around in your head. I mean, you can, but it's kind of like, if you imagine the universe or the quantum realm as like a genie in a bottle, and the genie's just waiting there for you to be like, hey, genie, this is what I'm asking for. The genie can be like, oh, okay, now I get what you want. I'm going to go over there and get it for you and bring it back. Okay. Unfortunately, for most of us, we don't tell our genie in the bottle what we want. We've got like this, like being like, go in your head for a second, right? All these ideas, like I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And the genie's like, okay, I'm in overwhelm. It's too much, right? That's why having one goal is so powerful, right? You can just point to the one goal. And then, of course, there's other things on your list. And there's magic in the one great goal because it's crystal clarity on the number one thing that you really want. And when you get that thing, everything else on your list is probably checked off. That's the whole power in the one great goal process. It was downloaded to me in 2008. And so I wrote the book and I've had the process, and people have told me, our clients have told us that when they do the process, it's like crystal clarity. And we do this with our clients on the regular. So, okay, that's what I'm going to say about that. Get clear on what you want so that you can tell the genie in the bottle exactly what you want. And some of you, if you're like skeptics, okay, I did call this a show like quantum revenue expansion because there is science to this. My show is not about the science behind this, but you don't have to, like, you could Google the science behind manifestation. There's a lot of information out there. There is science behind quantum manifestation, right? And quantum physics and the observer effect. And you can find the science that's out there. I'm saying that because for my skeptics, it's like, dig into the science, read some books, see what's out there. For others of you, you're like, I don't even care how it works. I just know that when I focus on things and I'm really clear, stuff starts to happen. Truth. This, though, is where we can get stuck. And this is where the limiting belief part comes in, right? Or the core beliefs about ourselves. If we don't think we're worthy, we don't think we're lovable, we don't think we're fill in the blank, this is where things can get stuck. So a fast hack, and this is the second part, the second hack for you is to knock out your limiting beliefs. Now, I know you've heard me talk about this. I'm going to talk about it all year because this is the work, right? This is the stuff. Like, you can have all the strategies in the world. You can have amazing strategies, and you can have an amazing business model, and you can have a revenue model. But what sets someone apart who's got like the perfect setup from someone who kind of like has a good revenue model, has, you know, some good things, but is like blowing their numbers away? The difference is in their belief system, in their belief about themselves, in their belief about what's possible. And while that's less tangible than a strategy, it is the glue, right? Your thoughts are the glue that holds all of this together. And if you put a revenue model together and you're like, that's never going to happen. Because I know I've been there, or I've had clients who are like, deep down, they were like, that's never going to happen. Well, then that's not the right revenue model for you, right? We got to make some adjustments. Maybe it's got to be lower for a little while, and then we can raise it over time. Or maybe you don't really believe that you can create the kind of business that you desire. Like, whatever that limiting belief is, we got to knock that out. And you're probably thinking, well, how in the heck do we even figure out what I believe? Okay. Now that's a great question. And here's how. When you look at your one great goal, okay. And if you're listening to this on the treadmill and you're like, I haven't done the one great goal process yet, no problem. There's probably a revenue goal that you want in your business, right? So think about that. So think about your revenue goal for a moment. I'm sure it's going to be on your one great goal list somewhere. Think about your revenue goal. And maybe your revenue goal is $50,000 a month consistently. Here's the hack for you. Just ask yourself, what do I believe about reaching $50,000 a month consistently? What do I believe about that? Okay. I guarantee you that's going to root out a limiting belief, because right away you're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even believe there's enough clients out there. We hear that one. And if you factor in there's 8 billion people on the planet, right? Like, there's enough for you, but we got to get there. We got to get you there, right? So let's say that's the limiting belief. There's just not enough, right? And again, this is the belief change process, because the next thing you want to ask yourself is, what's not true about that? Remember, when I get into the habit of like, what's not true about that limiting belief that there's not enough? Well, one, I just said it, right? There's 8 billion people on the planet. There's more than enough business for you. In fact, we do an exercise with our clients at the 2X Intensive where we dig into like how much opportunity is really around them. And it's so exponential. It's so exponential that you couldn't even do a small percentage of the business that's available out there. You can't even do it. You couldn't even deliver it, right? Like, just a small percentage, right? You would be overwhelmed with business. So there's more than enough, right? There's more than enough, 8 billion souls on the planet. Second, what's not true about there not being enough is that other people have enough clients. other businesses out there are killing it, right? You see them, you know that they're doing it. So they're serving a small percentage of that group. So there is more than enough, right? A third thing that's not true about that is that you don't know that there's not enough, right? Like when you think about it, do I know that that's a true statement? No. Have I done the research? No. Like the truth is, if I actually did the research on my market segment, I'd be blown away. Like I could just go on Google and see the opportunity that's there. So what you're doing is you're looking at, again, what's not true about this limiting belief. You're cracking it wide open so that your subconscious mind can be like, okay, maybe that's not true. So if that's not true, what would I rather believe? What would you rather believe, right? What would I rather believe? Well, I'd rather believe that there's more than enough clients available, or customers, whatever you call them, available to hit 50,000 a month per or more easily and consistently every single month. Like there's way more than enough, right? More than enough. I'd rather believe that the marketing that I'm doing is easily bringing in those clients, right? I'd rather believe that it's, fun and easy to do the marketing and sales that I feel called and inspired to do. It's easy to do that. And when I do that, it seems like the right people show up, right? So you just keep going, what would I rather believe? What would I rather believe? And then you start to create not just one, but a variety of new beliefs to support your subconscious mind. And I highly recommend writing this process down. I highly recommend coming back to it regularly so that your mind can just strengthen around this new belief. Because what happens, right, is once you get clear on the new belief and what's possible, then your subconscious mind, through your reticular activating system, can start to see the opportunities that are already around you. Otherwise, like when you have limiting beliefs, it's like having blinders on. You just can't see. Let them go. You see all the potential, all the possibilities that are already around you. Okay. My third manifestation hack, like if I'm feeling really stuck with something, or I just want to do this for a goal that I'm creating or for the new year, is scripting. I talk a lot about this in my book, The Belief Zone. And this scripting, I've seen many people do it. My favorite way to script is to combine NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, with writing it out to create what I want. And I've just noticed, like with our clients, this is such a powerful process. So you do something called future pacing, and it's very easy to do. So let's imagine this $50,000 goal, for example. We're playing with that. What I would do, and don't do this if you're driving around the treadmill or it might fall down, right? But you would close your eyes and you would imagine like it's the end of the month, for example. You'd imagine that it's the end of the month and you've successfully brought in $50,000 or more in revenue. So you've stepped into a future version of you that already knows that it's done, that it's complete, okay? And then in your mind, right, you work backwards from that. So in that moment, you're celebrating. It's $50,000. You can see it in your bank account. It's so awesome. It came in so easily and effortlessly. And then you imagine backwards, like, well, how, like, what happened? And if you want to supercharge this, you can imagine that you're telling like your best friend, right? You're telling your best friend, I'm so excited about hitting $50,000 this month. It was so incredible. And here's what happened. And that's like the sentence stem, right? Here's what happened. And then you can, imagine yourself telling the story. So, at the beginning of the month, I had this, I had 4 speaking opportunities, and I went and did these speaking opportunities, and 20 new clients came in, and those 20 new clients turned into 50,000 of revenue, or whatever it might be, right? So I'm telling the story in my mind. You've heard this before. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and what you're seeing. So as you're doing that, right, it's like your subconscious mind is already grabbing onto this like it's already done, like you're just remembering it. And then you come out of the visualization and you script it in your journal, date it like it's already done. So like January 31st, 2024. I'm so excited because I just hit my first $50,000 month. and here's what happened, and then script it out. And by the way, you might want to listen to this podcast again and then pause it and do these exercises, because like, I guarantee if you open it up, like, things just start to shift for you. Like, things will start to shift. My fourth hack is for manifesting an amazing year is to create a vision board. The key, and I've learned this from many different programs and coaching programs I've been in, a really powerful vision board not only has photos on it, it also, maybe has some of the goals written out. I like to put some words on it, but also, how am I going to feel when I get there, right? Like, we just did this NLP exercise. And one of the things I typically do with clients in that visualization as well is ask them, how does it feel to have this $50,000 a month, right? What is that feeling? Is it feeling of freedom, peace, excitement, right? What are the words you would use to describe it? Because I would take those words and put them on your vision board. The feeling comes first. And this feeling is frequency, right? That's what you're putting out there. When you feel hopeless or frustrated and you're trying to do marketing, you're trying to do sales, people are going to pick up on that, right? Like that, think of that. Like, that's how I feel, is the frequency I'm putting out there. What frequency, what feeling am I putting out there? And so put those feeling words on the vision board too. And that just brings it to life. This holiday season, that is what we gifted our clients, is a vision board. Not only a vision board for their desktop and their phone, but also we sent them a physical copy. This is a spoiler alert, because I don't know if they've all gone out yet. By the time this airs, I'm sure they'll all have gone out. But that, we wanted our clients to do the exercise and then to also have anchors for what they're creating this year. And a vision board is a great way to anchor it in. And then when it's on your phone and on the desktop, you're going to see it all the time, right? And then we sent a hard copy so they can put it also on their desk. They're going to see this all the time. And it's just a powerful way to really create the success that you want. All right. Last but not least, my fifth manifestation hack. And this one, it's so powerful to me, and it's to get a coach. Now, yes, we are coaches. However, we're limited in how many clients, we can work with a year. And so when I say get a coach, get a coach, whether you work with us or you work with somebody else, get a coach. We'd love to work with you if it feels aligned. If you feel called to come into our world, come and take the 2X Intensive, hang out with us, right? See if it's a fit. Having a coach, okay, here's the thing. You are 95% more likely to achieve your goals simply by having a coach. 95%. I like to play the odds. If I'm going to do something, these days, I have a coach for everything. If I don't know how to do something, I'm I need to get a coach. I need someone who can already do it. You've heard me talk about this book before, Who Not How by Dan Sullivan. It's just such a genius book, because he's when you start to ask yourself how, don't ask how, ask who. Who can help me? Who's already done this, right? And sometimes it's, in our business, maybe it's just an expert who's done something, a consultant, maybe not a coach, but they've already done it. They can get it done super fast. We don't have to figure it out, right? Trisha, I'm always asking Trisha on our team, I'm Trisha, who knows how to do this, right? This is our hack. So whether it's a coach or another expert, find the who can help you get there really quickly so you don't have to figure it out. And when it comes to coaching, I'll also say this: one session is not enough. If you're just going to go try to do one session with somebody, be one and done, it's not enough. You need time to rewire your neural pathways to go from where you are to where you want to be. And this, what we've noticed at the CEO table, when our clients hang out with us for more than a year, because they do, is that these neural pathways get rewired. And all of a sudden, their new set point is 300,000 a year or 500,000 a year or 7 figures, right? That their new set point, because they're in this energy, they're in this conversation, their neural pathways are oh, I'm hanging out with other people who have built multi-6 and 7-figure businesses. My neural pathways are getting rewired too, right? They're just getting rewired. And then they expand to the next level, and then they expand to the next level. And there's just something so powerful about working with a coach, especially, I'll say this too, here's a pro tip about working with a coach. is the container that they create for you. Like for us in our world, we have the CEO table. That's the container our clients are in. And I truly believe this, that containers are infused with frequency, with energy, with thoughts, with beliefs that allow our clients to up level even faster. That's why they're able to move quickly, because they're in this container. So if you're going to hire a coach, find a coach who has a container. I prefer more than 6 months. Like I'm going to work with somebody, it's got to be more than 6 months. Like I want a good 12-month container, because that's probably how much time it's going to take, right? Like things are going to happen in the first 3 months, but like I want those changes to stick. As Rebecca Hall, master coach at in the CEO table, always says, she's like, it's one thing to have a big month. It's another thing to know how you got there, right? So that you can duplicate it. And that's what we want our clients to do when they come into the CEO table. Whew, we've covered a lot of ground today on, the hacks that can make 2024 your best year yet. If you've been thinking about hanging out with us at the CEO table and you want to learn more, simply go to ursulainc.co/apply. And that link is in the show notes. Send us your information, just a couple questions, and we'll get back to you right away on whether or not the 2X Intensive might be a great fit for you. It is the first step before the CEO table, because it's an opportunity. First of all, the 2X Intensive will blow your mind. Like it will give you a quantum leap in your business already. And then from there, it's an opportunity to say, hey, do I like working with Ursula and Rebecca? Do I want to hang out with them for a year? And that's how people then can step into the CEO table. All right, everybody. I hope you took a lot of notes today and definitely take action on those notes. I'm committed to bringing you even more content this year about how to break through those limiting beliefs, those blocks, anything that's keeping you stuck at this current income level, so you can truly build the multi-6 or 7-figure business of your dreams. All right, everybody. Have a great week. See you soon. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you loved what you heard, be sure to leave a review on iTunes so I know what you like and can create content that guides you to up-level your business even more. If you want more strategic business tips, follow me on social media. You'll find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and you can visit my website at www.ursulainc.co. I love being on this journey with you and can't wait to connect with you on the next episode. In the meantime, make this your most epic month yet.